Now, breaking news into the KARK4 newsroom. Within the last 20 minutes, we have learned the Searcy police chief has resigned. He's under investigation right now by the Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms. Today, that federal agency was searching his home. We know they seized several items.
KARK4's Brittany Johnson breaking this story on Twitter. And Brittany, you just stepped out of the press conference there by the city's mayor. What do you have to say?
Well, the mayor said that he couldn't give us too many details into the investigation, but that the city of Searcy is cooperating with ATF investigators, and he announced Jeremy Clark's resignation. He also gave us a copy of the resignation letter right here. The chief says that he wants to obviously thank them for their opportunity. He called this his dream job, but he said ultimately he wanted to apologize to the council, the citizens, and especially every other police officer that's been affected by what he calls a fruitless investigation into his life. Now, earlier, about an hour before we learned of his resignation, we caught up with the chief outside of his home. He explained to us that this investigation came after a fire at his grandmother's home about a year ago. He says that ATF investigators have been following him. They've been looking through messages on his phone for about a year now. He said that he has tried to work with them the best that he could. And when we first arrived on the scene around 2:30, all of the investigators were gone, but we did speak with a neighbor who told us there were about 20 cars outside of his home at one point today. The chief also confirmed they confiscated his iPhone, his computer, and his iPad. Listen to what else he had to say.
I can tell you that I haven't done anything illegal. They've been investigating me. I found out, I guess, for a year, monitoring my phone and reading text messages, and that's really all I know.
Now, at that time, the chief said that the case didn't have anything to do with his job at the Searcy Police Department. And at that time, he also wanted to apologize for people for the negative impact this case could have on people's perception of the city. Now, Chief Clark also said that he had been cooperating with ATF. He said he was originally the person who called the fire marshal about the fire at his grandmother's home. He says his name was on the home and he received the insurance payout from that arson fire. That's why he believes he was a suspect. But again, he says he doesn't feel he's done anything wrong. We were a little surprised by this resignation today because earlier he hinted he felt this had nothing to do with his job. Live in Searcy, Brittany Johnson, KARK4 News.